And a psychic from California? A psychic from California? You know, the thing about me is like when it's later at night, I start to think about like weird and stupid shit. Stuff that really nobody probably thinks about, but for me, it's just bizarre stuff that I just gotta talk about sometimes. And like this is weird, and this is very specific, but I gotta get into this. So, you guys kind of know that like I've got a thing about Friday the 13th physical media, and I love talking about it. I mean, I get accused of like not talking about Elm Street enough, but the fact is, I've done videos on the big DVD box set that's nice. I did a video on the Blu-ray box set. I've done multiple videos on, you know, the stuff that's out there, but the fact is, Friday the 13th just has 1,000 more options than Nightmare on Elm Street does. Believe me, I'm sitting here waiting for the box set for Elm Street like you guys are. But in the meantime, let's talk about something. Okay, let me get a sip of this real quick. So, we got to go back to this era, the DVD era. Okay, so I rem I remember when I was getting these films, after about part 3 or 4, I started buying these. Like I was definitely renting these at Blockbuster and I started buying these. Well, this is one I remember getting at FYE. I saw these movies somewhat out of order, like in the latter sequels, but I remember going and watching this one night. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. I remember getting this one at FYE, and I brought it home. I couldn't wait to watch it. I mean, I was so excited. Who wouldn't be excited, right? Friday the 13th, Kane Hodder coming in. I had heard about Kane. Remember, I had watched His Name Was Jason before I even watched all the Paramount tapes. But I was excited, man. Like, I was so ready to watch this one. And I think part 7 is actually really good. Like, I like the story. I like the characters. I think Bad News Cruz is honestly like the best Friday the 13th character besides Jason, like in the series. Like, I'm serious. Like, I love Bad News Cruz. But something was weird about this that I've never been able to shake. Nobody's ever talked about this if it was weird, so maybe I'm just weird. But I find this to be just weird. Okay, so as you know, on these DVDs, they did these really cool special features and stuff like this. This was the, you know, they say that Friday the 13th is the bastard child of Paramount, but I don't buy that because why would they reissue all these DVDs and do all this great stuff? I mean, this was the second or third time this was on DVD. They did initial releases, and then they did that Crystal Lake to Manhattan box set, and then in 2009. They didn't even do Blu-rays at this point. They did deluxe DVDs. So I don't buy it. But anyway, there's special features on these. And I happen to look at the back, and there's one that's just weird to me. Let's look at the back of this. The second to last one. Mind Over Matter, The Truth About Telekinesis. Huh? What? So I remember going to put the special features on, and I went to go play this. My jaw hit the floor. I was like, what the hell is this? I thought this was going to be about like the special features of doing all the stuff in the movie. If you're not aware of what I'm talking about, let's stop right now and let's actually put this thing in so you can see it. All right, and no, you're coming with me, so let's do it. All right. All right, let's check this out. All right, guys, so we'll go to the special features section on here. And then sure enough, here it is. Mind Over Matter, The Truth About Telekinesis. Let's just see. Okay. Somebody's talking. Dr. Barry Taft, PhD, parapsychologist. Okay, dude, if you're really that good, like, I just want you to remember you're on the special features of a Part 7 slasher film DVD. Wait till you guys see the psychic from California. Look at this jackass. Jack Rourke, psychic! Psychic! Look at him! Are those contacts? Like, and listen, guys, the music behind this is like such good, creepy music, and this is done in such a serious manner. And the stories that this guy tells, this guy, they get into this guy's career where he's like consulting film sets about how real telekinesis looks and does. Well, buddy, how the hell would you know? And this guy, the other guy, is just killing me. I need to know whose idea was this? Whose idea was it to interview this guy? Whose idea was it to push this as a special feature on a Friday? I mean, imagine sitting across this guy and like, let's be real, a psychic is not going to look like that. The funniest thing about this is how the opening of the interview for this, it's the guy basically saying, you know, thanks for like, I like part 7 because this one really sheds light. What? I mean, the best part is the California sidekick. The dude looks like a backup dancer for Chris Angel or something. I'm like, you remember that? What the fuck is this? Like, I've never heard anybody talk about this. Why? And Daniel Farrens wrote and directed these special features in this. Daniel, what was this all about? These guys had to have had some kind of like Paramount contract. Did they have a show or something they were doing for the company? You know, a lot of these special features are amazing, but you guys got a parapsychologist to talk about telekinesis and a psychic from California? A psychic from California? Look at the guy. Look at him. You expect me to believe anything that guy says? I mean, the parapsychologist guy, what's interesting is the guy has like a huge run sheet and he talks about it in this interview. So clearly they wanted to ask this guy questions about like his actual career and stuff he's done. And he was consultants on movies like The Entity. What? And then he tells this insane story about this woman getting raped, if you will. I got to say the G in front of that on this video. And he just says it so nonchalantly. He's like, yeah, I had a friend, she got, and you know, she couldn't do nothing about it in the moment. But then weeks later, all of her telekinetic ability started happening. Shit started moving out in her house. Stuff was flying around everywhere. So, you know, this whole thing about telekinesis, it's pointless because, you know, we can't use it when we need it. It happens when we don't want it to be used. Like, what? You just said what happened in the movie. Like, what are you talking about? Like, not the actual scene of you know what, but like Laura Park Lincoln, she couldn't control it, and when her emotions got high, that's when it would happen. Like, what? What is the special feature? Like, this is the weirdest special feature I've ever seen on a horror movie. Like, much less a Friday the 13th DVD, but like, this is the strangest shit. Have you guys even watched this? Did none of you guys ever watch that and just kind of laugh and say, what was that all about? You know, forget getting John Carl Buechler to say, well, this is how we made the matchbox move like this, or this is how we made the pearl necklace break. No, they got some parapsychologist and a Chris Angel sideshow wannabe psychic. Tell me those were contacts, right? I mean, look at this guy again. Let's just look at him again. Anyway, guys, like I said, this is the kind of weird shit I do late at night and when I'm watching movies in here. So do me a favor, next time you're home, go watch the special feature of the New Blood Mind Over Matter, the truth about telekinesis. This is some silly ass shit. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.